Hello and welcome to Maths by SAS. This is my ninth lesson of D3, chapter number 1, exercise 1E, that is about the sketches of quadratic functions. In this lesson, we'll be learning how to sketch the graph of the equation of the form y equals to x minus 3 whole square plus 1. This is question number 2, C part. Okay, recall my previous lesson that in order to sketch the graph of the quadratic function, which is expressed in the form y equals to x minus p whole square and plus q, what are 6 main and basic steps? Lessons of mathematics require the continuous practice and integration of the previous lesson with the new lesson. If the previous lesson and link is weak, new lesson will also be affected. So all those students who are joining us late or they have missed the previous class, and there are some people who are coming to our channel first time, for all those people I'll be giving the link of the lesson in the description box so that you can watch and understand those lessons properly, so that new lesson become easy for you. And for the new people who are joining us now, you can take the help from the channel library as well, where all D2, D3 and D4 are available in different playlists according to the topics and according to your O-level examination topics as well. So let's move to the sketching of this situation. And first of all, recall that what has to be the first step out of those 6 steps for the sketching of the graph. First of all, we have to identify and observe the coefficient and the sign of the square term and decide whether it is positive or negative. And if it is positive, then the curve will have the opening upward and it will have the minimum point. And this is the thing that you just have to visualize and imagine in your mind. And after visualization, we can see that in this curve, the coefficient of the square term is positive. So the curve will have the minimum point and opening upward. Now we have to go for finding of x and y intercept. For x-intercept, what we have to do, we have to put y equals to 0 in the given equation. Put y equals to 0 in given equation or in equation 1. And when I'm making my y equals to 0 in given equation takes the form x minus 3 whole square plus 1 equals to 0, or x minus 3 whole square equals to minus 1. And in order to get value of x, I have to take the square root, and when I will be taking square root will contain minus 1. So we have to say that this situation has no real solution, and in this case, when we are taking the square root in quadratic equation on the real number system, the equation will not cut x-axis, so there are no x-intercepts. So the curve does not cut x-axis. I hope you are really clear about this point. For y-intercept, what we have to do, that we have to make our x equals to 0 in the given equation. Put x equals to 0 in given equation, which is equation 1, and when I'm putting x equals to 0, this takes the form 0 minus 3 whole square plus 1, and this is minus 3 square plus 1. Minus 3 square is 9 plus 1, and which is equal to 10. So one of the intercept we are getting is 0 with 10, and y0 because the point is on y-axis, and when any point is on y-axis, its x value will be 0. Then it's a time to decide for the equation of line of symmetry. Okay, this is second point, this is first point. And recall in case of x minus p whole square and plus q, whatever is the number added over here, we have to change the sign of that, and it will become line of symmetry. So x is equal to 3 is the line of symmetry for this curve, and minimum point. The next is the minimum point. For minimum point, that will be 3 and 1. These two places will be helping us in a minus b whole square plus c form. These 2 points will be helping us in identification of line of symmetry and the minimum point. Now it's the time. We have our x-intercept. We have decided about the x-intercept. We have our y-intercept. We have the line of symmetry with us. So first of all, let me mark my y-intercept, that is 0 with 10. And then the line of symmetry is at x equals to 3. X equals to 3 is my line of symmetry. First, sketch the graph with the help of pencil, with light and slide pencil. Okay, and then the second thing is that we have to mark the minimum point. 3 with 1 is the minimum point, and then we have to pass the curve through these 2 points. Okay, and the other thing is that we have to observe that the opening of the curve has to be symmetrical at the equal distance from the line of symmetry. So in the beginning you can have the idea with the slide pencil, and then yes, I'm almost getting a very good image of this curve. Yes, and then what we can do is let me rub this out and make this part again. Okay, yes, this is the better curve I'm getting. And now it's the time to go for the perfection of this curve with permanent pen. Okay, so you can observe that in all of my lessons I am advising you students that first make a rough sketch with slide pencil. Okay, and then after, if you feel you are getting a good U-shaped curve, then you can go for the perfection. And then I have to mark the line of symmetry. Okay, this is the line of symmetry, and the role of line of symmetry is that it divides the shape in 2 equal halves. Okay, this is x equals to 3 is the line of symmetry. This is my minimum point, and this is 3 with 1, and this is my y-intercept, and this is a point, 0 with 10. Very easy and interesting questions. Okay, and one of the important parts of your O-level examination as well. Now after making your curve perfect, you have to remove your pencil work before submitting your paper, because the paper has to go under scanner and the pencil work will not be marked and read by the scanner easily and properly. And the curve for which we are plotting this equation which is given in the question is x minus 3 whole square plus 1. These are the compulsory things that you must have to do, that you have to label x-axis, y-axis, and you have to label all of the components of the graph. And now let's move to the next part of the question, and that is y equals to x plus 1 whole square and minus 3. Okay, students, recall what is the first step. First step is the visualization and imagination, and we have to decide that what is the sign of the coefficient, or what is the coefficient of the square term, whether it is positive or negative. Okay, this is the thinking corner. You have to make the thinking corner. This is positive, and if it is positive, then what type of the curve you have to get? It will be a U-shaped curve opening upward, and it will have minimum point. Always make thinking corner in your working. And after deciding that the curve will have the minimum point and the opening upward, we have to go for the intercept. For x-intercept, what we have to do, we have to put y equals to 0 in the given equation. put y equals to 0, y equals to 0 in equation 1, and when I'm putting y equals to 0, x plus 1 whole square plus, this is minus 3. Our equation can take the form x plus 1 whole square equals to 3, and in order to get value of x, I have to take square root on both sides, okay, and it will appear as square root 3. And if I'm not wrong, square root 3 is 1.732, but even then let me check it. Square root 3 is 1.732. Yes, 1.732. So x plus 1 will be equal to 1.732, or x plus 1 will be equal to minus 1.732. Now, in order to get value of x, I have to shift this 1 to other side, and my equation will take the form 1.732. Here you should have the command on basic algebra, minus 1 minus 1.732. Okay, when 1 will be going with minus 1, I will left with 0.732, or x equals to minus 2.732. So the two x-intercepts which I'm getting are a 0.732 with 0, and b is minus 2.732 and 0. Okay, as we are doing the sketching, so it's a rough estimate, so preferably I will be taking 0.7 on this side and 2.7 on the other side. Now x-intercept, the working is done. For y-intercept, what we have to do is we have to make x equals to 0. Put x equals to 0 in equation 1, y equals to 0 plus 1 whole square minus 3, and it will give me 1 minus 3, which is equal to minus 2. So my y-intercept is coming 0 with minus 2. Let it be C, 0 with minus 2, and let me block these all points or underline them so that my students can see them more easily and visibly. And now, as we have the x-intercepts with us, so we must have the line of symmetry as well. Equation of line of symmetry, equation of line of symmetry, equation of line of symmetry, line of symmetry. Okay, now look, the equation is expressed in form of p minus q whole square and minus q. So equation of line of symmetry will be x equals to minus 1, and the minimum point will be minus 1 and minus 3. I hope you are clear that how we are finding and identifying the minimum point and line of symmetry. Now we have all points with us, so it's a time to mark the intercepts. X-intercepts are a 0.732, 0.7, so it would be closer to 0.1, and on the negative side 2.732, this is 3, so it will be slightly coming over here, and then x is equal to minus 1, and y-intercept is 0 with minus 2, so point will be coming at this place, y-intercept. And then first of all I have to mark my line of symmetry. I have to draw the line of symmetry. Okay, this is the line of symmetry, and then I have to mark the minimum point, minus 1 with minus 3, minus 1 with minus 3, and now join these all points with the help of a smooth curve. Join the points with the help of smooth curve. Okay, and then on this side as well, first make the light sketch, do not make the hard and dark sketch in the beginning, so that if you want to remove your work, you can remove your work easily, and it should not leave the impact on your working. And then if you feel you are getting, yes, if I'm rubbing this part, if I'm removing this part and I'm observing, you can see in the beginning even I am not going for the perfection and for the decision. Then after observation, okay, after good observation, I am going for the, okay, it's giving the better impact, so it's a time to go for the perfection. So this is 0.732 position, this is my point A, this is 0.732 and 0, and this is B point, and minus 2.732, 2.732 and 0. This is my y-intercept C, 0 with minus 2, and this is the minimum point with me, minus 1 and minus 3, minus 1 and minus 3. And now time for the line of symmetry as well. Let me draw the line of symmetry and curve with some other color so that students can see more visibly. Okay, and x equals to minus 1, x equals to minus 1, and now I have to join these 2 points nicely with the help of perfect pen, so that my students can see this whole work more clearly. All efforts are to facilitate my students in the crucial period of COVID-19, and in order to give the idea that nobody can stop the learning process, and there has to be no barrier between the teacher, student and the learning. Okay, and this is the original equation, x plus 1 whole square minus 3. I hope really easy and interesting work. Please watch my lessons, like, share and subscribe the channel, and press bell icon to get the notification of every lesson in time. Thank you very much.